Okay, we're back. You ever heard the word genius? What comes to mind when you hear the word genius? Somebody that's really smart, right? It means someone that has exceptional intellectual abilities or natural gifts or their creativity. They're so creative. And we call people like that geniuses. Okay, and there's been plenty of geniuses in history. We're in our purpose driven life devotion for kids. There's been a lot of geniuses throughout history. Names like Albert Einstein. Yep. He had that wacky hair, it stuck out, and he had a big mustache. And you know what? He developed what's called the theory of relativity. And it's very important stuff. I mean, he was called a genius. And then you had Wolfgang Mozart. And he was an incredibly talented composer of music. Did you know he started writing music when he was 5 years old? Oh, yes, they call him a genius too. How about Marie Curie? Famous for pioneering research on radioactivity, she became the first person to win two Nobel Prizes. And that's amazing. Talents don't stop with book smarts. Human beings can make their bodies do all kinds of amazing things like dunking a basketball and flipping backwards across a 4-inch balance beam, playing incredibly lightning speed music on the piano, or running for hundreds of miles straight. I'll tell you an incredible young lady. I'll tell you her first name. Her name's Taylor. And she was in my children's church years ago. And one day we were out at a concert somewhere, a Christian concert. We had not seen each other for a long, long time. And she was riding on the back of a John Deere Gator. That's like a ATV, a four-wheel drive. And the person driving was driving slow. And they saw me, and so they turned and came towards me because we hadn't seen each other in a long time. And the person stopped the Gator, and Taylor jumped while the thing was still moving. She jumped and flipped in the air, landed on the ground, and rolled. And she got right up, and she goes, "Hi, Pastor Bill," and gave me a big hug. And I watched her in the air, and I said, "This is incredible. She's going to the hospital." And she just landed, got up. Turns out she's a gymnast, and she can do all kinds of moves and jumps and spins, and it was just natural to her. And it just blew me away. I was so scared. I thought really she was going to be really, really hurt because the ground was really hard, and she knew exactly how to land and roll. I'll never forget that, and that has been years ago. I'll never forget it. Look here, our bodies and our brains are incredible. Think about this for a moment. If men and women are capable of such genius and such abilities, how much smarter and beyond what we can understand is God? Think about that. Did you catch today's verses? Here are the verses. It's Psalm 95, verses 4 and 5. Listen closely to these words. In his hands are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Now, did you catch this? The Lord hasn't just climbed a tall mountain or journeyed across a continent or gone to the deepest ocean trench. That's like a big hole underneath the ocean. No. He hasn't merely memorized DNA sequences or solved the world's toughest math problems. They came out of his amazing power and his amazing genius. So if God has more than enough intelligence, artistic ability, creativity, and power to make our jaw-dropping world, why not trust him with your life? If he has done all of this and you see it, look around at everything God's made, why won't you trust him with your life? And what does that mean? Well, let's say a prayer first. Lord, I don't even know a fraction of what you know. Your brilliance, your incredibly amazing genius blows my mind. I can't believe you want a relationship with me, but I want it too, so that my heart and my life are yours. Now, what does this mean? Why won't you trust him with your life? God wants you to trust him and to believe in his son, Jesus Christ. That's how we can live forever, and then we can start truly growing and appreciating everything in this world. Once we come to Jesus, our lives will change so completely. And I can't tell you enough how much I hope that's something you do. Because the way this world is right now, as crazy as things are, oh, God needs young people like you to step up and start learning what's really true and what's really, really important, and that is being like Christ. Because if you can go into this dark world being like Christ, you will make a difference for good. That's what's lacking in our world right now. People have lost sight of what's really, really important, and that's loving each other and trying to understand each other and being like Jesus, because Jesus went and loved every type of person. It didn't matter where they lived, what disease they had, or where they came from, and nothing. None of that mattered to Jesus. He saw someone that needed love. He went and gave them love. And in turn, people's lives were changed. That's what trusting God means. So we can talk about this more. And if you ever want to know what it means, you can email me, call me, text me, message me, or you can talk to Pastor Fred or any of the deacons or Sunday school teachers. We all want the same thing for you, and that is the best. And the best is following Jesus. Okay, we're going to come back with a story from Corey, because Story from Corey, that might be the name of the segment. Story with Corey. Stories with Corey. Oh boy. It's Friday. Happy Friday, my favorite day of the week. I'm just getting carried away here because I love talking about Jesus. All right, be right back with Corey. See ya.